Hi there. Welcome to the Dr. Kathy Show. I am Dr. Kathy Nickerson, and I'm so glad to be with you. I have had a couple calls lately that really worried me, and I thought I should reach out and talk to you about the same thing that people were calling me for. So, a lot of people are telling me that, they've been cooped up with their partner for weeks on end now, 24/7, and they are about 95% sure that they're not compatible anymore, and they're really seriously starting to think about divorce. And this really worries me because this pandemic has obviously taken a huge toll on all of us, right? It's taken a big toll on our physical health, our mental health. It's taken a toll on our country. The number of people that we've lost is just astronomical. The last thing I want to see happen is for families to end up broken up because of this. And the thing is, nobody is at their best right now. I really wonder if anybody is doing better in quarantine than they did, when we were not quarantined. Maybe there are a few introverts who are doing better, but for the most part, we're all really struggling. So I really want you to hang in there and not give up on your relationship or your marriage because you're a little bit overwhelmed and sick of your partner right now. There's a lot of good things that are probably still there. So let's talk about it for a minute. Okay, so the first thing that I really want you to remember is that we're all really going through a trauma, right? No one is at their best right now. This has been incredibly dramatic, right? Most of us, unless you're over 90, do not remember the last time we had a pandemic on this scale. And certainly, even when we had the H1N1 situation a few years back, we didn't shut down all the schools. We didn't stop going to work. We didn't quarantine like this. So this has been really traumatic, and really, it's very true. No one, okay, maybe one or two people, but almost no one is at their best right now. And I really want you to try to remember that, our relationships are going to suffer when we don't feel good. Yeah. A happy relationship starts with a happy you. So if you're not doing great, then it's going to be really hard for your relationship to do well as well, right? Okay. The next thing is that even the strongest relationships are quite strained right now. I to use myself as an example, I think that we have a really wonderful marriage and I'm so blessed with that. But I'll tell you, it's hard, right? Even though we've been married for almost 22 years and that I have, some amount of marriage knowledge, it's just physically exhausting to be quarantined like this. And it is taking a toll on even the strongest relationships. One thing that, we're maybe not talking about very much is it's really hard to do a lot of the things that you would do to take care of yourself right now, right? Maybe some of the things you like to do to take care of yourself are visit with friends or have, dinner with your family, your extended family, or go shopping or, go to Disneyland or go to a public space and just hang out and do some people watching. You can't do any of that right now. Hopefully soon, but it's been really hard. So there's that. Also, many of you have kiddos at home, and it's a really special experience to try to be homeschooling and watching the kids and be on Zoom conferences all day and talk to people. That has not done wonders for our mental health and our relationships, right? So this is a very unusual time, and I want you to know that I think most people are really struggling with that as well. So that's an additional factor. Prolonged stress really leads to very poor communication. When we're stressed, we tend to interpret things very negatively. We also tend to be more angry and hostile in our responses. We tend to be, we have short fuses, we get agitated and irritable. So just know that right now, your stress level is high and your partner's stress level is high. So both of you are probably not communicating very well, and that's leading to a further strain on your relationship because, right, we needed one more thing, yeah? No, it's just that it's very hard to talk nicely and calmly and kindly and warmly to your partner when you don't feel very good. So please understand that that's not your partner having a change of heart and not loving you. It's rather that your partner is also very stressed out. And another thing that happens is when things have been going negatively for a little while, we start to get more and more negative. It's sort of like we start to spiral down. And John Gottman, who is a relationship researcher that I just love, has described this process of kind of going downhill as negative sentiment override. And what that really means is when we're in a negative place and we are starting to feel worse and worse about our relationship, we start to interpret even neutral things like, can you pass me the salt, as a criticism or somehow a nasty remark or something negative. So many of us have been stuck in quarantine for quite a while now, and we probably are getting into this phase of negative sentiment override, and that does not feel good. And we're really starting to look at our communication with our partner and our relationship in a very negative way. And some of us are coming to the wrong conclusion, that our relationship has gotten worse, that we are just fundamentally incompatible with our partner, and we shouldn't be together anymore. So if you are having these thoughts, please take some steps to reverse course now, because the odds are that the quarantine has just really messed with your mind and messed with your relationship. And I'm so sorry. That doesn't mean that, you're unwell or that, you need to check yourself in anywhere. That just means this is an incredibly stressful and traumatic time, and it would be bizarre if we weren't all struggling with it. All right, so now let's talk about what you can do, how you can start to fix some of these things, right? So the first thing is be very mindful about your communication. Actively try to resist sounding short, harsh, agitated, irritated, critical. Really try to push yourself to be positive, yeah? The second thing is really focus on self-care. Do what you need to do to take care of yourself. Maybe you need to get out of the house more. You need to go for more walks. Maybe you need to have more alone time. Possibly you need to, take a nice bath and lock the door and let no kids or dogs come in. Do what you need to do to decompress, because when you are really stressed, as we talked about a minute ago, you don't function very well, and that will just make our relationships a lot worse. All right, the other things you can do. Be very understanding, right? Try to think about your partner as doing the best they can. They might not be as strong as you are. They might not be coping as well as you are. So try to be compassionate and be patient and be understanding. The other thing you can do is to ask for the help you need. It's really common in couples for one person to be doing more of the workload than the other. If you're getting angry and agitated about this, please ask for help. Don't just wait for your partner to figure it out. And be kind and yet firm about it. You can tell your husband, I really need help cooking dinner because I feel like all I do these days is cook and clean and wash dishes, and then I'm working and taking care of the kids. I am completely burnt out. Please help me cook dinner tonight. That way we could have 30 minutes together later tonight and we can watch that, new great show that we wanted to watch. So ask for what you want and really convey how important it is. All right, so I hope this has given you some good ideas for how to turn things around. I really hope you don't give up on your relationship because this has been such a hard time. You may see some things on social media that make it look like, oh, everybody's relationship is thriving. I imagine there are a couple people who have thriving relationships right now, but I'll just tell you, I think almost everybody is really struggling. So hang in there, and if I can help you further, feel free to drop me an email. If you liked this concept and what I'm talking about in this video, I really encourage you to hop over to my website because I have a whole article about it and you can read more about it then. So that website is drkathynickerson.com, and I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.